Well, hello everyone. Hey, how are you? How are you? It's so good to see you tonight. Hey, welcome. I am so glad that you are here. Welcome, welcome, welcome to Educational Moments with Dr. Nia. Oh boy, let me tell you, I have a show planned for us tonight. And I tell you, this show is going to be a little bit different because this show has me nervous because my guest is nervous. And because my guest is nervous, and making me nervous. But I'm telling you, we are going to have a great time tonight. So look, we are shining the light on an outstanding student. You know how much I enjoy working with young people and sharing their successes. So tonight is no different. This young lady is an incredible, incredible young woman. She is an athlete. She is a scholar. So look, parents, if you have a student who is interested in playing sports in high school, in college, who is still trying to balance school and education and athletics together, please, tonight is the night. Please get your students, share this link, and come right back because we have an awesome, awesome show planned tonight. Well, hello. Well, you're back, son. I'm back. So you're here and I'm here. So let's get started. Look, like I said, tonight I have an extra special guest. And what is going on with this computer over here? So let's try this. But I have an extra special guest tonight, and she's here. She's waiting in the green room. So look, without further ado, let's welcome to the show none other than Miss Nia Guine-Herndon. Let's give her some love. Hey, how are you?
I'm good. How about you?
I'm doing wonderful. It's good to see you tonight.
Good to see you. Long time no see.
Yeah, it's been a while. It's been a while. And I guess we'll see each other eventually, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like in about 2 days.
Right.
Well, look, I would like you to introduce yourself to my audience. Introduce yourself, tell them who you are, and tell us just a little bit about your career goals. And while you're speaking, I'm going to be queuing up the computer over here so that I can try to take questions if they come in. So please introduce yourself.
Okay. So my name is Nia Guine-Herndon, as Dr. Naza just mentioned. I am a student here at USF down in Tampa. I'm a senior now this year, so this is my last year here.
Woo!
Yes, I'm a health science major and a physical activity minor. And some of my career goals that I have, I'm still trying to figure things out, but I'm trying to decide if I want to go along the pediatrician route or a physical therapy route. So I'm still trying to decide that. And I'm also an athlete at USF as I run track for them.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, thank you. Thank you for introducing yourself. So to my audience, if you have not figured it out by now, this one's mine. This one is mine. This is the baby girl. She's the only girl. She's the last of the Mohicans. And we are extremely proud of her. So with that, what has been your academic journey so far?
Can you elaborate a little bit more on that?
Well, like what was your experience, for high school? And, did you mentioned that you're at USF, but were you always at USF? What has been your academic journey so far?
So I went to the Bowl School in Jacksonville. It's a private school, predominantly white. My academic journey was a little tough there, but they definitely did help prepare me for college. I'm not going to say college was easy. It has been easy for me because it has not been all the way, but they definitely helped prepare me. And I feel like if I didn't go there, I don't know how it would have gone for me. So after I graduated high school from Bowles. I went to Howard University,
Ooh.
and yeah,
Thank
HBCU. So I
you.
always have love for them, but it wasn't the right fit for me. So I had to do what was best for me, and I transferred to USF. And I no, actually before that, I totally forgot. I went to Florida State College at Jacksonville just for a semester though, just so I could figure out some things, start saving some money a little bit, and kind of decide what I wanted to do in life. And then USF came up, and it was the perfect fit for me, track wise, academic wise, social life wise. So I just made that transition, and I transferred to USF. I want to say it was spring 2020, so spring last year. And I've just had a blast since then.
Awesome. Awesome. That very good. Very good. Well, thank you for that. So tell me this. There's been some disappointments in your journey. And you mentioned about going to Howard, and you said it wasn't a right fit, but which, I know that it was a bit of a disappointment. So, how did you come to the decision to transfer? And how did you come to that decision? And you already stated it. I was going to ask you, was it a good, transition? You've already stated that it was. But how did you come to the decision that this was not the right school for you?
It was a lot of different factors that contribute to why I wanted to leave that school. But
Mm-hmm.
part of, I want to say my main two were academics and track. They have a great track program, but it just wasn't the right track program for me. So some
Mm-hmm.
people were thriving, some people were not thriving, and I wanted to thrive. Basically, after working so hard in high school, I wanted to go somewhere that I could thrive, and I just could not see myself thriving there. The connection that I had with the coaches just wasn't there, and I was like, this isn't a good fit for me. And then academically, the teachers, some of them were great, some of them were, but majority were, So it would just be as simple as, why am I sending you 10 emails? Why am I sliding notes under your door to say, please check your email for my email, please? Why do I have to go to my athletic advisor to get them to email you just so you can respond? Or like, it got really frustrating. I was like, yeah, this is too much. It's too much. So I actually made that decision pretty early. I want to say over like Christmas times. Like, say we started school in August, and I want to say around Christmas, I was like, I will finish this out this semester. I'm not a quitter. I will finish this year, but after that, I have to go somewhere else.
Okay, very good, very good. So you made that transition. You mentioned that you went to a community college for a semester.
Mhm.
Was that a good fit for you? How was that beneficial?
It was, I would say it was beneficial for me because I had a more closer relationship with my teachers. The classrooms that I had, they weren't 100 plus people in them. So it will be a good, I want to say 30 of us. So that way I can actually get a chance to talk to my teacher afterwards, because it's not a long line of students trying to talk to the teacher.
Hmm.
Or, and then my mom, who is right here, also worked there. So I got to go mess with her. Sometimes we'll go get lunch together. And then some of the people who didn't go off to school at a different place other than Jacksonville, they went to Florida State College. So I got a chance to be with them a little bit. So it was beneficial for me.
It was a good fit. Very good,
Mhm.
very good. And then in that, were you able to complete any certificates or degrees or anything?
I was able to get my associate's degree there.
Okay, very good, very good. Well, awesome, awesome. So, as an athlete, you've had some injuries, one or two.
3, 4, 5.
Can you
Yeah.
talk about that? What have been some of the injuries you've had to work through, as
Mhm.
well as what gave you the fight and the drive to keep pushing and to keep
Mhm.
fighting?
So at around 8 years old, I was diagnosed with Osgood-Schlatter's disease, otherwise known as jumper's knee, and I had it in both of my knees, and it was terrible. And I was back when I did gymnastics. I would come home and crawl around the house because it hurt too bad just to stand on my own feet.
Mhm.
So some of the things that just kept me pushing and going was like, one, I'm young. Like
Mhm.
and they told me I will outgrow this. So
Mhm.
I was like, okay, that's just another reason to keep going. And then God gives his hardest battles to the strongest soldiers. So that's another reason that I kept going. Um, then throughout high school, I ended up pulling my hamstring running the 100. And that was very painful, but just a lot of rehab, a lot of rest. That's something that a lot of athletes don't do, including myself. But that is one of the biggest ways to help get back in shape and get back recover from an injury is rest.
Mhm.
So I went through a hamstring injury. Then I went to Howard and hurt
Wait,
my other
wasn't there
hamstring.
a stress fracture or something
Oh yeah.
somewhere in there?
Oh yeah. I
And
forgot
an
about that.
MCL tear? When
Oh
did you go
yeah.
through some of that?
Oh
I
yeah. I
kind of,
forgot about all that.
yeah, I
Then
might have seen that on your resume or something. Yeah, you had
so
some of those.
so I am a hurdler and I'm also a jumper. And during hurdles, one day at practice, I hyper extended my knee. When I landed, my leg was completely straight and like my knee went in and I thought I popped my knee off. I thought it was gone. I was so scared to look at it because I was like, my knee is gonna be somewhere on the track, like it's no longer in my body. But I looked down, it was still in my body, but it was just big and swollen. So
Yeah.
I ended up having a partial MCL tear and a fracture in my growth plate from that. And then I was able to come back a couple months later and still compete in a district championships, regional championships, and state championships. I managed to get fourth place in triple jump that year.
Wow. 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 But in the midst of all of that, it seems to me like you were also involved in another sport. Were you not?
Oh yeah, I was also a cheerleader in high school. So I was some days it would not be stressful. Like some of my coaches were understanding of my schedule. They knew I was doing two sports and
Mhm.
it was a lot. So I think I had cheer practice on Mondays and Wednesdays, and then we had Friday night lights, our Friday games, and then I would go to
Mhm.
track on Tuesdays and Thursdays. But that was for football season. For basketball season, it was a little bit different. The schedule was about the same as in Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Well, Monday, Wednesday, but sometimes we would have basketball games on Monday. So I'll come from track practice, try to take a quick shower or something to eat, and then go straight to cheer at a basketball game.
Yes, yes. Wow. Yeah, yeah. Woo, child, I'm getting tired just thinking about all that. My goodness. Okay, so moving on. Currently, you're about to start your senior year. Your senior year, and you're still doing sports. But what are some of the other things you're involved in school?
So I'm involved in a couple of organizations. I am involved in Black Women in Medicine. I am the president of our USF chapter. So we have
Woo-hoo!
a lot of things planned for this semester, next semester. Everything's been going great so far. I have a great team, a great executive board, and they've been getting things done. And then that makes my job a lot easier. So I'm happy to be a part of that organization. It's been great so far, and a lot of opportunities have come up because of that. And I'm also part of what is it? How do you say it? It's the Medical Spanish Student Association. So it's basically for students who want to go into the healthcare career, but they also want to be able to speak Spanish. So that is something I've enjoyed since seventh grade, speaking Spanish. I'm basically fluent, not fluent yet, but I can read and write fluently. I just have trouble speaking sometimes. So I'm working on it. But that club definitely helps. And they teach you the proper etiquette and with Spanish and in order to speak to those, who speak Spanish.
Wow. Well, we have a comment here that says people don't understand how crazy time management can be for high school and collegiate athletes. So it says, kudos to you. Kudos to you, Nia. So I
Thank
did
you.
want to ask that. It sounds like your day is 30 hours.
Yeah.
So, what does a day look like? Like, classes are going to start in another week, 2 weeks for you.
Mm-hmm.
What does a day look like in the life of Nia Guine-Herndon?
So I would mention my schedule last semester, but I'll talk about this upcoming semester just because I have a couple different things going on. So It'll start with 7 a.m. practice. So we're on the track bright and early running. And then that'll end around 8:30 or 9, and then we'll have weights at 9:30, and that'll end at 10:30. After that, I'll try to get some breakfast, and then I'll have class at 11.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll get out of class around 12:15-ish. Yeah, probably around 12:15. Probably try to grab some lunch, and then I go to work at 3, and then get off around 9:30-ish. We've been getting off really late lately, so around 9:30-ish. And I just got a job at a pediatric urgent care spot.
In the midst of all of this.
Yeah.
Your parents make you work.
Yeah, they do. They do. Mm-hmm.
So you have, what do you do? What kind of job could you possibly have in the midst of all of that?
So I work pediatrics, medical receptionist, and I'm working on becoming the medical assistant there as well. And then next week I actually get my CNA license, so I'm going to be doing it all.
Wow. You have a comment here that says, yes, we do. And that goes to the question, you mean your parents make you work?
Yes. And I have a feeling I know who said that.
Yeah, it could be your dad. It could be your dad. So in the midst of all that, you have a job too. Wow. Yes. Wow. Just crazy time management. That is just incredible. So that's just a lot. Goodness. Oh, you have a question this is one of your moms. Can you see her question?
It says, when do you relax?
Yes.
When I sleep.
When you sleep, okay.
Yes, that's when I relax. But one thing about it, I get my 8 hours of sleep every night. I'm very big on that. My immune system starts to mess up if I don't get around 7 to 8 hours every night. So I make sure I get it in regardless.
Good. Yeah. Very good. So how do you do that? What, do you turn your phone off, or you get mean and slam the door on your roommates? What do you do? All the above.
Yeah. What do I do? With that, I just try to get whatever work I can done, because that kind of eases my mind, makes me sleepy. Yes, homework makes me sleepy. So that's a great way to start relaxing my mind after I've after I've taken my shower and all that. So then my body starts to shut down around 10:30. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, okay, time for bed, because I got to be up right around 6:30 again.
Wow. That's a lot. Kudos to you. So what has been your greatest challenge in the pursuit of academic excellence? Because in the midst of all that, you're still an NCAA scholar, and you're on the list and all that stuff. I get emails. I'm like, oh, okay, another one. And another one. Yes. So tell me but I know that it hasn't been, without struggle. So what has been your greatest challenge in the pursuit of academic excellence and your academic goals?
So I'm going to give two answers. I'll say chemistry.
Oh, yeah.
And not believing in myself. So sometimes I wouldn't believe in myself, and I'm over here putting myself down. I'm like, dang, like I'm about to fail this test. Like I'm already setting myself up for failure before it even the test even happened. So that's something I've definitely have worked on over the time, but still struggle with. So just telling myself, you're going to pass the test. Like you're going to be good regardless. And then chemistry, that's a whole nother story. I hate chemistry, will forever hate chemistry. And yeah, we just never saw eye to eye ever.
Very good. But you still managed to get through. Yes. So what's your science this year?
Physics.
Okay. Yeah. I think you'll be great at that. So with all of that, when you're not working, what do you do for fun?
Fun? Fun. Saturdays, sometimes we have meets, but for fun, I would definitely say go watch the sunrise or the sunset. I love going to the beach, not necessarily getting deep in the water because I'm scared of sharks, but I like the scenery of the beach. Just hanging out with my friends. We'll just like watch some movies and stuff. So I'm more, even though I'm very busy, when it comes to like having fun, my fun time is actually chilling. So
Do you get a chance to travel any outside?
yes, just every once in a while when I get the chance, like mainly the summers, that's when I get to travel the most. But besides that, I'm on a strict schedule, can't really go anywhere.
Very good. All righty. So look, let's talk to the young athletes, okay? Like your middle school athletes and the high school athletes. What do you think middle school athletes should be focused on? And what do you think high school athletes should be focused on?
Okay, I guess we'll start with middle school. Middle school athletes, focus on your confidence. Telling yourself that you can do it, because it shows when you go to high school. Like, it shows if you don't have confidence in yourself. And there's a lot of people full of confidence. So
whether they have the talent to go along with it, they are full of confidence, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So I would say that's my biggest thing for middle school, is just having confidence in yourself, and then knowing why you're doing the sport. Like, are you doing the sport just because your mom or dad signed you up and they're making you do it, or are you doing the sport because you enjoy it, you love it, and all of that? So, because that's another thing that hurts a lot of high school athletes, because they're like, I was really good in middle school, but now I got to high school and I just don't like it anymore, but my mom is making me do it. So, yeah.
Wow.
So making sure you love the sport for sure.
Wow. So how important is that relationship with your coaches? And have you had any, struggles, and how did you overcome them?
I'm not sure if this is just with track, but I've had coaches all over the place. I had coaches that I love. I'm not going to say coaches that I hate, because that's a very strong word, but coaches that I greatly disliked. So, the relationship with your coaches is very, very important when it comes to track, because even though it's a team sport, it is an individualized sport as well, because you compete in individual events. So making sure you have a good communication with them. And something I also struggled with was not telling them if I was hurt. Please tell them if you were hurt, if you are not 100%, because it will come back and get you. Trust me.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I would like to speak to that a little bit, because I know that you are one who had a high tolerance to pain. You have a high tolerance to pain. So you would, wouldn't say a word, and then come home and your knee is this big, or we end up in the ER and everything, because you just never said, it really does hurt, So I would I would echo what you're saying to athletes, speak up. If there's an injury, don't keep pushing through it, because you can do really, really irreparable damage to your body. Very good. So what role has your village being your family, your friend, your parents, what role have they played in the pursuit of your academic and athletic excellence?
My family and friends, specifically my family, though, they've had my back 100% since day one when I was doing dance, and then went to gymnastics, and then started cheer and track. Like, they've always had my back there. I can call them for anything, just to talk about how bad a practice was, or talk about how stressful my day was, or how I'm about to quit, but I'm really just saying that I'm really not about to quit. I just had a rough day. So family support and friend support means everything to me.
Wow. Awesome. Well, look, let's take a quick break. We're going to, give a shout out to our sponsors tonight. And our sponsor tonight is me. It's me. Fight to Smile. So here's a shout out to my Fight to Smile brand. well. Shout out to Dr. Naita and Fight to Smile. Yes. And I have my own t-shirts now, and you can get your t-shirts at drnaita.myshopify.com. My t-shirts come in black, white, and purple. So please order your t-shirt, join the movement. Well, very good. Well, I have a random question for you, Miss Nia.
Mm-hmm.
When you're old and gray and you're talking to your grandkids, what would you say about your mother? What would you remember most about your mother? Just wondering, what are you going to say? Just wondering.
What am I going to say?
Just wondering.
I would say I'll say the good things. She was a great woman, full of passion, drive, and all about helping the youth. I guess that's where I get that from. Like both her and my father work with younger adults / children now, and then I'm the same way. I love working with kids and people like a couple of years younger than me. Give the political answer. And I would definitely say she was a hoot. She was funny. Goofy.
Goofy. Your mother is goofy?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. No, I think she got it honest.
Mm-hmm.
Her mama was a hoot. Her mama was goofy. Okay.
Right.
So.
Oh, wait. Can I touch on one more thing from a previous question?
Oh, sure.
So you asked me about for the middle schoolers, but I just want to touch on for the high schoolers. That what was the question specifically?
The question is, we were talking about let's see, what should they be focused on as athletes? And
so in high school they should be focused on, I guess both physical and like mental form, because form. Okay. So that goes for football, basketball, track, swimming. Make sure you have great form, because in college they do a lot of strength work, and if you don't have the right form, all that strength that you just built is going to waste.
Wow.
So definitely making sure you have the right form, and then making sure if you want to do this sport in college, that you really want to do the sport in college, because it's a whole different ball game. High school versus NCAA, two totally different ball games for sure.
Yeah, and I think what a lot of people don't understand is that the incredible time commitment. Like you said, from 7 a.m, you're talking about, you have to build your class schedule around your athletic schedule.
Mm-hmm.
And if they are someone like you who is a science major, that's crucial, because as a science major, you don't just have class, you have labs. And those labs, if you don't complete the lab, you don't get the credit. You don't get the, you don't get what you need so that you can earn your degree. Right. So it is crucial. You have to really, really love the sport that you're in, because they own you. The college owns you. You can go to practice, and then the coach doesn't like, how the team performed at practice. You all were sorry today, so you got to come back tomorrow at 6 a.m.
Yeah.
But coach, it's Sunday morning, it doesn't matter, and that is something that you truly, truly must understand as a college athlete. And depending on the sport, there goes your spring break. When last time you had a spring break?
I don't even know if I ever had one.
Even from high school, because in high school, you were still doing track. And so you have to really, really love your sport that you are in if you want to take it to the college level. So very good. All right. So this is my last question. I'm so glad that you took the time out of your busy schedule to hang out with Educational Moments with Dr. Naita. But this is the last question. That is, do you have any words of encouragement for students, especially our female scholar athletes, or any words of encouragement to parents?
Oh, I wasn't prepared for this.
Okay, go from your heart.
I guess I would say don't be afraid and go after it. Like, don't let other people try to put you down. Go after what you want, because there's going to be people on the sidelines that are called your friends trying to tear you down.
Yeah.
And I would definitely say in college that I was open to that, like, a lot. And I was like, wow, like, I've known you since middle school and it just didn't work out. So definitely focus on yourself. Like, at the end of the day, this is for parents, students, all that. Love yourself. Do what is best for you.
Awesome. I love it. I love it. Miss Nia, thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much for coming on tonight. I appreciate you. I know it was a rough day today, but you hung in there, girl. You hung in there, and I'm so proud of you. And look, I'll see you Friday.
Right.
But thank you again for coming on. So look, I'm just gonna put it out there, everybody. Look, if you want to donate to this student, to a worthy cause, to someone who is, contributing to the community. She is leading an organization, Black Women in Medicine. I think tell us about your e-board. How many young ladies are on your e-board?
It's 13 of us.
13. It's 13 people, of members on her e-board, and they govern a body of how many students are signed up for Black Women in Medicine?
100 plus. I can't give.
Come on now. 100. Come on. We have a young lady who is doing great things. So look, this one's mine. So I'm going to put it out there. So look, if you want to send her a donation, I'm putting her Cash App up now. It's Nia Jordan 1, correct?
Yes.
Everyone, don't forget that one. Okay, don't forget that one. Okay, I'm putting it up there now. Nia Jordan 1. Don't forget the number 1. Okay, you have to put that number 1. Otherwise, someone else will get it. Okay,
and
so
keep
please,
it.
and keep it. She does not give money back, knowing it wasn't for her. So, so please, if you feel led to, please, she is a worthy cause. She is doing the thing, okay? She is making the entire village proud, and she is a village child, okay? And you saw a comment earlier from Miss Joanne. I said, oh, that's one of your mothers. Yes, Miss Joanne is one of her mothers. Yes, and you used to sit under her desk and stamp papers. Years ago. So look, she's a village child. You have a note here from your goddad. She's the greatest, and we love him dearly. But Nia, I appreciate you. I thank you for being on tonight. You shared some inspiring words of encouragement and some great thoughts, some great thoughts for parents to think about. And I hope there weren't any comments on Facebook because my iPad died. But let me just see real quick if I see any comments here. And there are comments here. So we have another one. Well, Miss Sheila, she said, "Yay, Black girl magic," and she said, "Your perseverance is needed in the healthcare field." She said, "We are so proud to be a part of your village." And Sean Berry, he visits a lot, and he says, thank you, Sean. I appreciate you being here tonight. So this is awesome. So thank you, Nia. I love you, and I will talk to you later, and I'll see you Friday.
Okay. All right, bye, everyone.
Take care. Bye.